Hello, my friends. Welcome to Luna English Podcast. This is Luna. Today I've been reflecting on something that many people talk about but often misunderstand, the idea of a positive mindset. We often imagine positivity as constant happiness, as if it means smiling all day and pretending everything is fine. But real positivity is not about ignoring problems. It's about how you respond to them. It's about how you face challenges and how you choose to see setbacks. Life is not always easy. You and I both know that. There will be disappointments, delays, and days that test your strength. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you react. And that choice, your response, changes everything. A positive mindset helps you stay calm and focused even when life feels uncertain. It gives you strength when things don't go your way. It's not a mask you wear to hide your feelings. It's a skill, a quiet strength inside you that grows every time you decide to see a problem as a lesson. And this strength shapes your future. In today's episode, I want to explore what a positive mindset really means, why it's so powerful, and how you can build it step by step. By the end, I hope you'll see positivity not as fake happiness, but as a deep inner power that helps you grow, stay strong, and build a life you're proud of. What does it mean to have a positive mindset? It's not about being cheerful every moment or pretending bad things don't exist. Real positivity is about the way you choose to think and respond when life is difficult. It's the belief that there's something to learn from every experience, even the hard ones. It's the habit of focusing on what you can do instead of what you can't. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. One sees it as a sign that they're not good enough, and they give up. The other sees it as a chance to improve, and they keep going. The situation is the same, but the outcomes are completely different because their mindsets are different. A positive mindset helps you focus on possibilities, not just problems. It trains your brain to look for solutions and opportunities. It doesn't mean you'll always feel happy. You'll still have hard days. But even then, positivity helps you move forward instead of getting stuck. It helps you trust that challenges are temporary and that you have the power to grow through them. This way of thinking becomes a guide in your life. It helps you make better decisions, recover from setbacks faster, and keep hope alive even when things are tough. That's what real positivity is, not blind optimism, but the deep belief that you can handle what comes and grow from it. Why is your mindset so important? Because the way you think shapes the way you experience everything around you. Your thoughts influence your feelings influence your actions, and your actions shape your life. If your thoughts are mostly negative, if you believe you're not capable or that problems will always defeat you, you'll feel anxious, hopeless, and stuck, and those feelings will stop you from trying. But if you choose to think differently, if you believe challenges can teach you something and that setbacks are part of the journey, you'll feel stronger and more motivated. You'll keep moving forward even when things are hard. This is how mindset creates your reality. Two people can face the same problem, but the one with a positive mindset will find ways to grow from it, while the other may feel defeated. It's like wearing a pair of glasses. Negative thinking makes the world look darker and smaller. Positive thinking clears your view and shows you paths you didn't see before. It doesn't change the facts of your life, but it changes how you see them, and that changes how you respond. Over time, this difference becomes huge. The more you train your mind to look for opportunities, the more opportunities you find. That's why building a positive mindset is one of the most powerful things you can ever do for yourself. How does positivity help when life gets hard? It changes the way you approach challenges. Most of us want to avoid difficult situations because they make us uncomfortable, but challenges are part of life. A positive mindset doesn't remove them, but it changes how you meet them. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," you start thinking, "I can learn from this." Instead of seeing a problem as a dead end, you see it as a doorway to growth. This shift gives you energy and courage. It stops you from feeling powerless and helps you see that you have choices. And when you feel you have choices, you take action. You start trying new solutions, learning new skills, and adapting. Every time you face a challenge this way, you grow a little stronger. Over time, this becomes a habit. You stop fearing problems and start trusting your ability to handle them. You stop running from hard things and start meeting them with curiosity. This is how resilience is built, not by avoiding difficulty, but by facing it with a mindset that says, "I can grow through this," and that resilience becomes one of your greatest strengths. It stays with you, helping you stay steady and calm, even when life surprises you. What about setbacks, the moments when things don't go as planned? A positive mindset doesn't deny them or make them disappear. It helps you use them. Setbacks can feel heavy. They test your patience and shake your confidence. But they're also powerful teachers if you're willing to listen. When something doesn't work, it's not proof that you're not good enough. It's information. It's feedback about what needs to change. If you see failure as the end, you'll stop trying. But if you see it as part of the process, you'll get up, adjust, and try again. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every delay becomes a chance to build patience. Every disappointment helps you grow stronger and wiser. Think of the people you admire most. They've all failed many times, but they learned from each failure and kept going. That's what a positive mindset helps you do. It shifts your focus from what went wrong to what you can do next. It teaches you that success isn't about never falling, it's about rising every time you do. Over time, this way of thinking changes how you see setbacks. They stop feeling like the end of the road and start feeling like steps along the way. And that change makes you unstoppable. How does positivity build emotional strength? It teaches you to manage your feelings instead of being controlled by them. Negative thinking often makes emotions feel bigger and harder to handle. A small problem can feel like a disaster if you keep feeding it with negative thoughts. But a positive mindset helps you step back and see things more clearly. It reminds you that feelings come and go, and you have the power to choose how you respond. This doesn't mean you ignore your emotions. It means you acknowledge them without letting them define you. When you feel sad, you understand it's temporary. When you feel angry, you pause before reacting. This skill, the ability to pause and choose your response, is at the heart of emotional resilience. It helps you stay calm under pressure and recover faster from emotional pain. Over time, you become more patient, more forgiving, and more confident in handling life's ups and downs. Emotional strength also improves your relationships, your work, and your sense of self. You stop being afraid of emotions and start using them as information. This shift is powerful because it frees you from reacting impulsively and allows you to act with purpose. A positive mindset builds this strength little by little until it becomes part of who you are. Steady, calm, and deeply grounded, even when life feels uncertain. How does a positive mindset affect your relationships? It changes the way you connect with others. When you approach people with positivity, you naturally become more patient, more understanding, and more open. You listen better. You forgive more easily. You look for solutions instead of blame when problems happen. This kind of energy helps relationships grow stronger. People feel safe and supported around you, and that creates trust. Positivity also helps you communicate more clearly. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you respond with empathy and kindness. That doesn't mean you agree with everything or avoid difficult conversations. It means you handle them with care and respect. And that changes everything. Over time, this approach builds deeper, more meaningful connections in friendships, family, and work. It also helps you deal with conflict in a healthier way. Instead of holding on to resentment, you look for ways to move forward. Instead of seeing differences as threats, you see them as opportunities to understand someone better. Positivity also attracts positivity. When you bring hopeful and kind energy into a space, you invite the same back. That creates relationships that are more supportive, more cooperative, and more joyful. In the end, a positive mindset isn't just something that helps you, it's something that spreads to the people around you and makes every connection in your life stronger. How can you start building a more positive mindset? One of the simplest and most powerful ways is gratitude. Gratitude is the habit of noticing and appreciating what's already good in your life. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. And that small shift can change how you feel each day. Gratitude helps your mind look for positives, even when things are difficult. It reminds you that even in hard times, there are still moments of light, a kind word, a warm meal, a quiet morning. You don't need to write long lists to practice it. You can simply pause once a day and think of 3 things you're thankful for. Over time, this simple habit trains your brain to focus on what's going well. It makes you more optimistic, more patient, and more hopeful. It also reduces stress because it shifts your attention away from problems you can't control. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means choosing to see the whole picture, the difficult parts and the good parts. And when you do, your world starts to feel more balanced. This balance is the foundation of a positive mindset. It gives you the strength to face what's hard and the joy to appreciate what's beautiful, both at the same time. How do you handle negative thoughts when they appear? You don't have to fight them. You can reframe them. Reframing means changing how you see a situation. Instead of thinking, "I failed," you might think, "I learned something valuable." Instead of saying, "I'm bad at this," you say, "I'm still learning." This small change in language has a big effect. It changes how you feel, and it changes what you do next. Reframing doesn't mean lying to yourself. It means looking at the full picture, not just the negative part. It helps you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's possible. With practice, this becomes a habit. You start catching negative thoughts as they come, and you gently guide them in a more helpful direction. Over time, your thinking becomes more flexible and more constructive. You stop getting stuck in "I can't" and start thinking in terms of "I can try." This shift not only makes you feel better, it helps you grow faster. It builds confidence and resilience, and it reminds you that your thoughts are not fixed. You have the power to shape them, and when you shape them with care, they shape a life that's more hopeful and more open to growth. How do the people around you affect your mindset more than you might think? The thoughts, words, and attitudes of those around you can lift you up or pull you down. If you spend most of your time with people who complain, doubt, and criticize, it becomes harder to stay positive. But if you surround yourself with people who encourage, support, and inspire you, your mindset grows stronger. This doesn't mean avoiding everyone who struggles. It means choosing your closest influences with care. Positive people remind you of what's possible. They help you see challenges as opportunities. They believe in growth, and that belief rubs off on you. It's not just people either. The books you read, the shows you watch, and the conversations you have all shape the way you think. That's why it's important to fill your environment with voices that build you up. This might mean joining a supportive community, following inspiring content, or simply spending more time with people who make you feel hopeful. Over time, these influences shape your thoughts and habits. They make positivity easier and more natural. And when positivity becomes your normal, it becomes part of who you are. How do you make positivity part of your life? By practicing it consistently. A mindset doesn't change in a single day. It grows through small, repeated actions. Practicing gratitude, reframing negative thoughts, visualizing success, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. These habits may seem small, but they add up. Each time you choose positivity, even in a small moment, you're training your mind. And the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. At first, it might feel like work. You may forget or slip back into old patterns. But over time, it gets easier. It becomes natural. And one day, you'll notice that things that once upset you don't bother you as much. Challenges that once scared you now feel like opportunities. That's the power of consistency. It turns positive thinking from an idea into a part of who you are. And when that happens, positivity stops being something you do. It becomes something you live. So what is the real power of a positive mindset? It's not about constant happiness or pretending life is perfect. It's about how you respond when life is not. It's about seeing challenges as teachers, setbacks as lessons, and problems as chances to grow. It's about building resilience, the quiet strength that helps you stand up again and again, no matter how many times you fall. A positive mindset shapes every part of your life. It lowers your stress, protects your health, strengthens your emotions, improves your relationships, and increases your chances of success. But more than anything, it gives you peace. It gives you the calm confidence that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it and learn from it. That's the real gift of positivity, not fake smiles or forced cheerfulness, but deep, steady inner strength. And you can build it. Start small, practice gratitude, reframe your thoughts, visualize the future you want, surround yourself with people and ideas that lift you higher. Do these things again and again, and positivity will stop being a goal. It will become your natural way of living. And from that place, you can build a life that feels strong, meaningful, and truly yours.